Welcome to another Eternal Draft video, and even though I'm sick as a dog, I'm super excited to put out my first draft of the new set Battle Lines. I don't go through the full card file before my first draft or two, just so I could get like an unfiltered, raw first impressions of the set. Stay tuned to the channel as we go over the comments and uncommons, which I do plan on posting up, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. Let's get right into it. Is that the worst intro to my most excited I've been to draft in a long time? Maybe, and I apologize for that. Prey Scouter. So once again, I have no idea what any of these cards do, so we are learning this together. Whenever you play another unit, it devours 3 to get +2/+2 and overwhelm. Wow. Okay. That's really strong. You will want to continually mill your opponent to get the 3 cards in grave. Wow, 5 cost 5/5 is just fine. And most likely by the time you're playing this, they'll have 3 cards engraved to be a 5/5 flyer. Oh man, I'm getting excited hoping at least the power level of the set's going to be on the higher side. So you do see that 3 factions is supported in the set, which I'm also super excited about. 3 cost 4/4 Valor's obviously stupid. You just need to make sure you can reliably cast it. What else do we have here? Make something not be able to block. Lifesteal, keep in mind, will trigger Bolster over and over again, so that's when you gain life or armor. Deal 2 damage to 2 attacking enemy units. Oh man, that's going to be something we need to keep an eye on. Okay, so this is like an overlap card. We see Renown, which is another one of the new set mechanics. If you target it, the enemy player discards the top 5, which helps fuel Devour. So even though those are 2 different alliances, keywords, and mechanics, Shadow is an overlapping faction in both. So these cards and card design are glue that really holds the set together in terms of overlapping mechanics. That being said, kind of what I talked about in my mechanics overview, I'm not sure it's worth it to be enabling Renown to enable your Devour. I'd rather just have something that hunts. Okay, that's just a really strong unit, and we have some non-sigil power cards in here. Wow, that's really good. So this will help you enable the 3 faction decks. You just pay an additional 1 to get a time and a primal, or a primal. That's really good fixing. Okay. So what do we go with? I would lean towards drafting the rares, especially because you don't get to play with them as often. Now, also my draft tendency is just to want to take the fixing as high as possible as well. But I would rather not start with something that's 3 factions, even if it's really strong, just because I would rather see what fixing were passed to us and then go into that lane first. And then that'll inform us of which multi-faction cards to pick up. So I think I will take Prey Scouter. I think that's a pretty strong unit. Foil or premium dual faction card, Nomad 2, deal 4 damage to an enemy unit without flying. So it's either just 5 cost 3/1 on your turn, which is not that impressive. 1 health for a 5 cost unit is really fragile, but you're almost definitely trading with an opponent's unit once you summon this. And then on their turn, it's a 5/3. So you're trading at minimum with like a 3/2 on their turn blocking. That's pretty good. Ready one of your units and give it endurance. Some of these combat tricks are looking pretty brutal. Okay, we have, what is this? The Skullhaven one here. And that does overlap with Prey Scouter, so something we'll need to keep in mind. We do have a recruit spell here, which will help us fuel Devour. It recruits and hunts, so we see another overlapping theme with recruit, which is, I think, the Grove Alliance, and then hunt, which really just fuels Devour in terms of synergies. I think I'll take the higher upside card. This is definitely a synergy card, but I feel like it's something we can pick up late, where something like Hive Bomber is going to go much sooner. So we get another Devour card here, another Skullhaven power card. Ready your other units. It could lead to some blowouts, but I'm not super impressed by that. Okay, we get another Praxis card, which does go with Hive Bomber. And realistically, time in the Behemoth Satera pack, which is the third pack in the draft sequence, does have a lot of hunt units. I'm definitely going to take either the Fixing or the Duskwing Servitor here, and I think we will just take the Servitor. One of your units hunts one and draws a card. That's like exactly what I want, but it's also in the pack with Annihilate. This is a reprint from the first Eternal set. Ironic that this is one of like the strongest removal spells, 2 costs, just kill anything, fast spell speed, but it's only single faction. And since there's more multi-faction cards in this set, it's actually a lot weaker than it normally would be. But I think I'm just going to take, I mean, it goes really well with what we got going on. And that's probably crazy, but I do want to make sure we have enough. I mean, that could just be wrong. Hive Bomber we wouldn't mind playing in a Grove Alliance set, but then we lose this if we pick up Annihilate, and if we pick up Urge to Feed, we still could possibly play Hive Bomber. So I'm going to use that as kind of my tiebreaker there. Ooh, Bannerman. This card's going to be amazing in this format to help for making sure you have the right influence. What else do we have here? Deadly unit. What's Sticky Honey? So it looks like honeys are like a cycle of relics that get played by different units and spells probably. You pay 2 and then you get some sort of smaller effect. Yeah, I mean, I think that's Bannerman without without even wasting too much time. Ooh, we also get Mark of the Den here, which I'll be a little upset that we passed up the removal spell, but even still it does let us play the fire, which even if we're Grove Alliance, this will help with our fixing. And I do think I like that over Mirror Image. If this was play a copy of any unit, I'd be a little happier. Realistically, it's still probably a great card. Devour 6, I'm undecided on this card. I just feel like Devour 6 is really high. And sure, it kills something, but 3 health, it's like a really fragile unit. So we'll take the Fixing once again. Once again, Renown I'm not super into. And we have another Urge to Feed here. Give 2 of your units Killer. Ugh, that's like a super, what do you call it, situationally good card. It's either amazing or really mediocre. Silence and kill an enemy unit. So we're flip-flopping between the Hermit's Army and the Grove Alliance. Let's see, give one of your units +2. If it dies, draw it back. That's a pretty strong payoff. And I guess we still aren't necessarily in either of those other two, and it's an uncommon, which leads me to think maybe this has more going on than I'm thinking. I don't know if we want another 5-drop. That is tough because we don't really have anything with Justice yet. So the enemy player of your choice discards the top 2. So this would also fuel our Devour, which I do like. Yeah, let's make sure we have everything we need for Devour. 4 cost Hunt 2, that's pretty weak. 2 cost 3/1 also seems pretty weak, but realistically, I mean, we could take a Temper if we end up in the Hermit's Army or the Grove Alliance. Actually, either one. So we can either take Ambitious Kit or Temper as our first card. I don't mind Temper. I've already seen a decent amount of 1 health units here, and man, that seems pretty mediocre. You're maybe getting a 2/3 that gives +1 advantage. We already have a decent amount of mill type effects, so yeah, let's take Temper here. Deal 3 to an enemy player, they discard the top 3. Once again, I'm really looking for cheaper ways of enabling my Devour cards. I don't really want to be paying 3 and not affecting the board, so I guess we'll take the Ambitious Kit here. Cost 3/3, we don't have too many ways of gaining health, so I'm not really into Bolster. Okay, ooh, what the heck? One Eye's Choice? This looks sweet. Okay, kill an attachment on an enemy. I thought that said or an enemy for a second. Or give one of your units Killer and Overwhelm, or draw a non-hero unit from your void. It gets +2/+1. Hell yeah. But what's this rare here? When the wielder attacks, you loot, draw, and discard. Also really strong. Oh wow, that's a pretty strong renown effect. Okay. Give a unit +1/+1 in Deadly. Ooh, Last Light Refugee is a reprint in this set. Interesting. There's also a Bannerman. Now at this point, I think I'm just taking One Eye's Choice. There's just so much strength in these, what do you call it? Modal cards. So I think we'll take that. We're also already kind of set up to play that. I actually wouldn't be surprised if One Eye's Choice is not the correct pick and it's just Bannerman, just to make sure your fixing is good, but I'm not gonna give up such a strong card just for that. And this is situationally good. I do think this would make any Primal deck, but it is a little understated. We aren't in the Renowned faction or alliance, so we'll take the choice there. So we're settling into the Hermit's army, a Bannerman or an Annihilate. You're really making me choose here. And I think it might be Bannerman, but we already missed on the removal before, and we do still need to get some removal. So we'll take the Annihilate here as we kind of settle into our 3 factions. Mark of the Den, Canny Hunter, man, double influence on such a cheap spell in this set is just not really what you want. Probably just a pretty easy Mark of the Den there. Oh my god. It's either a 6-cost 4/4 on your turn or an 8/8 ground unit on your opponent's turn. Oh man, that's sweet. Caleb's Cloak. Does this help us play anything? Mark of the Hive? No, it does not. I could see this being fine. It's another 5-drop. I guess we're already kind of heavy on that. There also just is another Temper. Like I said, we're seeing a lot of 1 health units. I actually think I might just take Temper here. Ooh, premium one. Vizier's Tablet. Okay, so it fuels Devour and Bolster, but man, that's like a really slow way of enabling it. Tandem Strike here, so we do get that, which does help us. Try Tandem Strike here. I'm not sure it's super good, and I'd rather just have like Urge to Feed, but Mark of the Grove does still help us with our fixing. We'll take it. Okay, 2 damage to 2 attacking units. I'm down to play that. Oh man, this thing looks sweet. It's a cute little squirrel. That being said, what? Literally nothing in here is for us. Give one of your units flying and +1/+1 for each of your units. Okay, I'll take the unit here. Okay, nothing really for us in that last pack. Okay, so we are on to the Pima Cetera draft pack. Really upset. Our rare is busted, but just like, I mean, our fire's not great, but at this point, we're losing a lot of picks, and all of our fixing picks have gone towards fire. It's almost like I think we might be too deep in to switch off of fire at this point. Midnight Reprieve is fixing for all factions, but Bone Picker, it's exactly what we want. It's a cheaper unit. Our unit count's pretty low right now. It hunts, which enables that. That could be wrong, but I think we have a Bannerman. We've been taking fixing pretty highly. I think we can afford to take a pick like that. When one of our units hunts, it hunts an additional card, but it's double fire influence, and right now fire is looking like the lesser of our two. We have a Cobalt Acolyte here. Twilight Lantern. If we just want another cheaper unit, I think we take Cobalt Acolyte. I think the Acolyte's fine. Oof, we are missing pretty bad on this pack. I'll take the Slinking Roach over the Apprentice Ranger. More hunt enabling. Oh my god, Cautious Mantis. Yeah, we might want to have ditched fire for time. That's looking like the direction we should have gone. It's too late now. We already passed the Trail Scourge at this point. So I think I'll take an Amethyst Acolyte. Amethyst Acolyte does pair well with Temper. Unyielding Tusker I could also see as a decent 3, but I'll take the Acolyte here. Yeah, we're getting hosed this pack. I'll take a Hard Lesson. Maybe we can find our stronger units that way. Okay, Caravan Mage or Veteran Strategist will take the fixing. Nothing here is going to make the deck, so take a unit since we're kind of... Ooh, late Midnight Reprieve though. Taking it over the... what do you call it? The Bat. I mean, we'll just keep taking Slinking Roaches. I mean, I almost would rather Slinking Roach than Spike Feeder. It mills 1 less, but it's like an actual unit. Yeah, cost 2/3, deal 2 to each enemy. Ooh, I like that. Units you draw gain flying. Okay, that's also pretty dang strong. And then this is really strong, but nowhere near where we're at. Okay, this will really help fuel Devour, but I like taking the Chillbringer. That seems really strong. This can't really make our deck. Curse unit has -1/-1 bolster. We don't have too many ways of enabling that, so I'm really looking at Ravenous Tusker. It's a fine 5-drop, nothing impressive. Or we can pick up the Quill here. We don't have very much evasion, but I still think that's pretty strong. We'll take the rare. Mostly I'm just biasing towards that because you don't get to play with rares as often. Oof. Really strong, but not where we're at. Now, Frontier Bard is also very strong. We have an okay Devour card there, but nothing crazy. I think I'd take Frontier Bard here. Devour 2, deal 1 damage. That's also pretty strong, but I like a 2/4. Helps us stabilize the board. Deal 7 damage to each unit with flying. I think we got enough Urge to Feeds. Now, Marcus Skullhaven once again does help us splash and play our 3 factions. Not sure how I feel about Aerial Battle. I don't mind Cliffside Caretaker. Like, your opponent's just gonna want to kill that right away no matter what. Our units are pretty mediocre right now. Yeah, I mean, that does let our mediocre units act a little stronger than they normally would. Devour 7 +3/+3. I like that. Turns into a 5/4 later in the game, or it's just a 2-cost 2/1 early in the game. It's either that or the Flame Tongue, which I would also really love at this point. Take the flyer. Get more fixing or sadistic glee, which I kind of think we want over the fixing. We've done pretty well fixing wise. And this card does enable our deck nicely. Yeah, we'll still take that. Jump Kick. It's a pretty decent 4-drop, but I'd rather just get the Tusker in here. There also is the Changey Stick, which is removal, and we're fairly light on removal, like actual removal, but I don't think we can say no to the big boy. Let's pick up Fire Guide to replace it with. Deal 2 damage to an enemy unit. Double damage while you have a unit with flying. What? Okay, that's really good late removal for us. Combat Trick, I'm not sure if we're the type of deck for a combat trick. That is a strong one, and this can just end the game. Put it on an unblocked thing, get in for 4. But we probably just want Marcus Skullhaven here. Okay, nothing. Okay. Another Slinking Roach. This is one of those things where knowledge of the format will help. Like, if you're Devour heavy, would you rather have something that helps the synergy a little bit, hunts 1, but it's still an actual unit on its own? Or would you rather go all in on, like, Spite Feeder, have weaker units, but it turbos out your synergy? And generally, like in Constructed, you would want to go all in on the synergy, but for Draft, you still want your units to do something. Okay, so the first Eternal Draft, this is what it is. This seems a lot like a pile to me. It's going to be very dependent if we see the stronger side of this pile or not. If we can get Devourer going and get Prey Scouter, we're going to be in good shape. But I could see this power level wise just kind of falling on its face. It's a pile, but that's kind of the fun of the first drafts. Hopefully we won't get punished as much. Wow, a 30-second wait time? I haven't seen that low in a while. Okay. Game 1. Now, hear me out. No, this is probably a redraw. Just five sigil hands, you just end up flooding out too easily. Man, look at these beautiful premiums. Hello? Let us determine who is the most fierce. So is that's a permanent? Oh boy. We do have a 2-drop, so we don't want to use this and pay the 1. So what we'll do is we'll just use Shadow, Slinking Roach. Sure. Now at this point, we might as well just use this. We don't have any other plays, and we aren't going to waste Annihilate on it. So we will pay 1, and we do want to gain Prime. I guess Annihilate is a 2-for-1 on our opponent. If you played another unit this turn. but let's save it. Might as well use this. It's kind of ironic. I mean, there's no reason not to just fire it off again. Okay, will the advantage let us do anything? Deal 2 damage to 2 attacking units. Not worth it. And now this is great. We're set up to block something and use our opponent to use a combat trick.
You won't die here.
Okay, how much stuff? Our opponent's got 3 things, which is perfect. We could keep going towards striking Sparrow, but I'd rather just play our big boy. Five cost 5/5 flyer, anybody?
Maintaining the peace.
Okay, he wants to grow his steel guy. I think I'm fine with that. Okay, we do get to use that. We'll pay 1 to get the fire.
Don't go flying off now.
And now we'll start to pressure our opponent. They can attack back with a 4/4, but I'm not super worried about that. We still have decent interaction here. We do have the striking Sparrow since we're pretty far from Devour 7. Okay. Still doesn't have great attacks. I probably won't put the 2/4 in the way of something right here. If I were to block, I'd rather block when I have Annihilate up. Okay, there was no pause there, so he was fine sacrificing his guy. Killing it. Give one of your units Killer and Overwhelm. Okay, it's probably worth it to just kill the 4/4 with One Eye's Choice. Or we just play Sadistic Glee. The other option is One Eye's Choice, eat his thing, then play Striking Sparrow for a really big Sadistic Glee. I see no reason to do that. We also just have Annihilate, which answers the Steel Avenger. Yeah, so let's attack. Play Sadistic Glee. Okay, milled a bunch of good stuff. And now we do have a block. And I would probably just block there for him to waste a combat trick. Maybe our opponent's got removal.
No, see? Like this.
Wait, what? Damn it, we're about to pop off. 2 damage to his whole team with the guy we just drew. Oh, man. Okay, that was... I mean, we definitely drew the strong side of our deck that game. So, I don't want to, like, form an opinion too soon. And our opponent was playing a slightly more assertive deck. We saw it was mainly Combray with some cheaper units. And we're still able to do our thing. Okay, great hand. So we want to play this the same turn we can play another unit. That way we can at least ensure one other unit gets the +2/+2 and Overwhelm. So we do have to plan this out. So our first thing is going to be Bannerman. So... okay, these are the 2 wrong ones, so there's only one choice. So we'll use Mark of the Grove. Give us Primal.
No more losses.
I'll actually go with Bannerman next. I'll give us Shadow. Opponent off to a little aggressive start here.
No more losses.
Okay. So we'll attack like this and we'll pass because then we have Forked Lightning on both of his guys. And this is probably pretty soon in the format for our opponent to know to think, wow, I didn't do anything on turn 3. Oh, so that's just a permanent buff. Okay, that's terrifying. So one of your units, Killer and Overwhelm, kill an attachment on an enemy. Okay, so none of that is going to help. Okay, that's pretty rough for us. Okay. Well, let's get Slinking Roach going, I guess. We need to hit some influence here. God, thank God we milled that. Yeah, we might be forced to just race our opponent here.
Did you see him?
+1/+1. If that's... Do they have 3 things in grave yet? Yup. So he could go U into U. That would make a 4/3 flyer. It's pretty good. Or we could play One Eye's Choice to kill this thing at least. That seems pretty medium. So let's go Prey Scouter and then this. Okay, let's try this again. We are 1-0. That was kind of unfortunate. I really liked our chances that game, too. We're about to have a double blocker for our opponent. Let's see. We still need fire, so that's what we'll do. Wow, these sigils are the marks. What are they're commons? These are great. Hugely important. Turn 1, what else are you going to do anyways? So, really like that. We probably won't use our advantage for Urge the Feed if that's what we get. We see that's what we get, but there's no reason to. I'd rather ramp to a more impactful play than that. We're seeing this is the 3rd Grove Alliance deck, huh? So, remember our conversation in terms of Prey Scouter. It is kind of awkward with Cobalt Acolyte. Really don't want to use Cobalt Acolyte just for that, so maybe we'll just have an inefficient turn here. We get Attending the Hive. Okay, attack here. Yeah. I don't want to play Prey Scouter just for it to get sniped. Like I said, I want to at least get 1+2/+2 buff on it. Okay. And now we can. So now we can play Prey Scouter, advantage 1, Cobalt Acolyte, give itself flying. Now they have to decide whether to kill the 2-2 or the 4-3, and they probably just have to kill the 4-3.
Together, we'll find the path.
My first fight.
Okay, we are starting to flood, which is not great.
A small incision.
Shrink that back down to a 2-2 so we actually have blocks on it. I'm hoping we can draw out of this. A hard lesson would be great right now. Sadistic glee would be fantastic. Yeah, probably just take it. We're so far away from that. I guess we just try cheesing them out. We won't block and trade with the 2-3 just because.
Searching for hostiles.
Oh, man, that flood is bad. Yeah, we probably don't win flooding this against our opponent pressuring us like this. I mean, we win in 4 more attacks. I think we have a better chance of racing our opponent than anything else. So here we'll block. If they play something with flying, we're basically screwed.
Slay, skin, sail.
When this dies, it recruits. I really don't want that. Yeah, let's take it. We're racing.
Let's see what we can learn.
Okay, so let's think about this. If we hit 2 non-sigil cards, then we win this turn. But if we put all of our eggs in one basket and he has a response to this, we lose. I think we still just go for it. So this would play it directly. Just get ambitious kit. Let's see if... Okay, he didn't have it, and we ended up getting there on it. Whew, baby, that was a close one. It's important when you get into those situations where you're falling behind on board. I guarantee you, if we tried to stop pressuring our opponent and just win the long game, we would have lost. We had like nothing in hand. Our opponent still had like 3 cards in hand. We just would have stopped attacking them back. They would have overpowered us on board, and then we would have lost. Okay, this is a pretty solid hand. Let's see what they do here. I would like to play on curve if we can, so we'll just use Shadow Sigil Bannerman to get fire. Now we have double Shadow, and we'll have double Primal with the Midnight Reprieve.
Our actions become legend.
I don't think any of our plans change?
Our actions become legend.
All of our stuff is gonna have overwhelm, huh?
Our actions become legend.
Sure. Double overwhelm doesn't do anything, so I'm not worried about that at all. I probably want to save Tandem Strike for Ravenous Tusker. So what we'll do, Midnight Reprieve doesn't matter. So, I mean, we get a Seek Power, and we could make our Frontier Bard a little stronger. I guess Bannerman a little stronger would be a little more impactful, making it a 3/3. Nope. Now our opponent's got 4 things in their void. Let's stop seeing some sigils. Come on. Come on. We barely scraped out the last game. Okay, that's really good for us. Great. Overwhelm on a 0/4. That's what I always hoped for. So 2/3, we have no attacks here. Double blocks anything. We will devour 3. And no reason to use our advantage. We're gonna need to draw something. Our hand, we have 5 cards in hand, and it's really like, this is nothing, sigil advantage. It's like, we really have 2 cards, and our opponent's got a full grip. What's their renown guy do again? Oof. Sigil and a 2-drop. Okay. And they drew a card. Jesus. Okay, they have 2 cards in grave. That's fine. So what we can do is we'll Tandem Strike on the 4/4. What are the chances he trades with that? Would we hit? It's a 5/5. So shrinking something doesn't do anything. Giving all the units we draw flying, that would do something. Okay, 2 advantages only gets us to 4. Attacking with him doesn't really do anything.
Choose your battles wisely.
Okay. We're at a board stall, unfortunately. These 2/4s block really well. Yeah, if we got Amethyst Acolyte, we could have played it, but then it just makes us a 3/3, and it still double blocks our Tusker.
Saw through
I
the
pledge
teeth.
my loyalty.
This is a weird game. Yeah, let's play our big boy. We want to play Cliffside Caretaker next. I just wanted to make sure we got out our 5/5 so we can start ending this game. Okay, that doesn't do anything. Oh, damn it. That would have been a good one to hit.
Don't go flying off now.
Okay, we got our opponent on a 4-turn clock now. This card's been the real deal. Duskwing Servitor.
For Zulta!
Oh, it's a strong one. Okay, so now we can hard lesson here. Oh boy. That was a whole lot of nothing. So what, that can deal 4 damage. So let's use one of these just in case we want to use it. Oh, it's not a fast spell. Okay, well. Okay, we have our opponent on a 3-turn clock. Hopefully we can draw some impactful units here. We do have lots of good draws here. I mean, at this point, I would for sure block here. I mean, or we just take it. He's attacking for 3. I mean, I don't even need to block. Oh, I guess it makes the 3/4s. Ooh, okay.
For Zulta!
Okay, our opponent has way less than... We'll play it. That's to an enemy unit. Is there anything we'd really like to kill? Killing one of the Inspire guys doesn't really do anything. So we will block this time. I guess the 04s actually do block profitably. And that should be game, unless our opponent's got some interaction. Nice. Whew. It's a good one. That almost wins us the game. Can we put it on anything to make a difference? No. So I guess we will just... we could pitch an advantage, because an advantage doesn't really do anything right now.
They will not harm you.
Okay, so he has to kill our relic or our 7 and our 7/7 in this turn, and he only has 5 power. Or he could try killing us, but we're at 23 right now. Okay, now he's got 7 power with the advantage. So he could play a flyer and kill the relic, maybe. Okay. Wow. It's pretty strong. Okay, so we trade. We do that. Now we take 3, 7, math, 11, 13, 16. Okay, so we just win next turn, so let's not be cute about preventing damage here. That was close. Oh man, winning by the seat of our pants here. Okay, we get one of these sweet level up chests here. I love that they're doing the increased daily rewards. So really cool. Okay, we are somehow 3-0. I'm not gonna question it. Now this hand is probably one of our weaker ones yet. We do have interaction here. I almost wonder if a random 3 is better though. Like this is literally a blank until we draw another unit. So I'm gonna take the risk on a free mulligan here. Oh, that's probably even worse. But I don't want to go down to 7, so we do still have interaction for something. That was a good draw for us. So we can do this. Gain our fire.
I pledge my
We
loyalty.
really didn't want to see a 2-drop. Still won't use Annihilate on it yet.
Great haul today.
Although on that would be a reason to use Annihilate. It saves us 1. Yeah, let's do that. That might have been really aggressive for our... We don't have that much removal, but I think that was our best bet. And I think I'm going to be pretty greedy on the Amethyst Acolyte as well, making this a... well... No. I keep on going back and forth on what I'm saying here. Okay. We got a little lucky there. So now what we can do is use Merchant's Quill on our boy. Get a free loot. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have removal for it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like using that first. Let's see, what are the other options here? Urge to feed first. That way it gives us more information on what to loot for. Okay, yeah, I still think we'll do that. Let's see, what do we want? The Tusker would be really good on this board. How much stuff do we already have in their grave as well? 4? We'll just take the Tusker here. Yeah, this... this is just... Even if our opponent wasn't stuck on sigils, this draw for us turned out really well.
Pledge my loyalty.
Okay, yeah, that's unfortunate for our opponent. Will they have enough 1, 2, 3, 4? They would. To finally block my guy. Pitch the advantage here. I mean, he's got to just block with everything. Doesn't matter. Okay, now we have our opponent on a 3-turn clock. I mean, I shouldn't even be thinking this hard about anything. Our opponent's too far behind at this point.
Not as heavy as it looks.
I pledge my loyalty.
This deck's pretty sweet. There they go. Is this the whenever it attacks? Yeah, that card's pretty nutty. Oh, let's not be greedy. I got 7 things in grave, which makes Chillbringer alive. And that's game. Unless they play a flyer off the recruit, because now Kobold Acolyte makes the 5/5 flying. Jeez. Really aggressive. Oh. I mean, I have no earthly clue what it could be, but we still just go for game here. Ignite's really good. Let's go! Okay, we are 4-1 with what I thought was a more mediocre deck, but we're getting there somehow. And as weird as it seems, I think I'm going to keep this. The reason is we have all the influence we need. We have castables, and this can draw us a card. Ideally, drawing us deeper into our deck. We'll lead off with the hunt unit here. Oh man, thank God. Okay. Tandem strike. I guess we need to not block. Let's hunt here. Be a little greedy. And now we can go... Oh, that is awkward, because we still want double primal. We'll go Bannerman. Hopefully he just blocks. This is going to be an interesting one.
Always.
Yep, we will trade here. Of course. I'm going to say it again. I think we start racing again. Like we just Kobold Acolyte on the Slinking Roach. I don't know if we can race what he's got going on, but this just gets giant whenever he puts an effect on it.
Stay vigilant.
He's got a lot of devour mechanics to also be playing this thing. Did he just mill 2 sigils? Of course. Does this always have flying? I did not notice that when I was talking about my rating for it. Now at this point he probably just leaves it back. Let's keep pressuring our opponent here. Ugh, we're stuck on influence and sigils. At this point, we should have just used Bannerman for the fire, but I kind of assumed we would draw into a sigil by now. Meaning we could have played Merchant's Quill. Oh man, thank God. Mirror image on the Renowned guy would have been insane.
Don't go flying off now.
Okay. That now gives us what I was hoping for. I actually think we discard Ambitious Kit. Frontier Bard blocks much better. Okay. Pass. We got our opponent down pretty low. Damn. Yeah, it's probably game at this point.
They will not harm you.
Unless our opponents just they're drawing dead here. Oh yeah, this is game. Damn. Okay. There's like an off chance if we just hit our really strong stuff like the Prey Scouter that we could start doing some good work, but okay, a 4/6 is pretty strong. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get there.
Well, what can I get for this? Off duty. Don't bug me.
Oh, man, that can get lifesteal. We need one of our removal spells here. Okay, let's hunt. Our opponent's at 6 things. Oh, they discarded a card? Great. He probably has to double block with the... Okay, he doesn't do that. Now I have blocks for his flyers. Okay, he still has weak enough things. So I could attack with a 5/7 here. He double blocks with... He has to sacrifice one of those guys. Oh, he's got something. Oh?
Don't go flying off now.
Let's go! Oh my god. That was crazy. Hey, I said we needed to draw the stronger side of our deck to claw back that game. And we were able to pressure our opponent enough in the early game where they had to be careful finishing us off towards the end of the game. So it worked out. Prey Scouter, we saw that card be stupid that game. Even if you aren't like really focusing on milling your opponent with Hunt. Do we want to go through that again? If I kept the hand before, it's probably the same reasoning to keep again. But we did see it not really work out that game. Okay, our opponent's -1 card here, which is good news for us at least. Yeah, I mean, we don't need to play that exactly on curve. Yeah, just do this. Bannerman. Get the fire. Now the only thing we're missing is 1 shadow influence.
Not as heavy as it looks.
God, I do hate that. Like, I almost wonder if we just need to... This is a common. That's crazy. I guess it is a 3-drop. This is rough. Again. So, I guess once it attacks, Bannerman can't block it. So, we'll just attack with our Bannerman. If he blocked, we'd be happy. And we'll hunt here. Hopefully grow. And hopefully we can draw out of the sigil we missed. We're on the draw this game, too. Our draws have not been particularly ideal, which is why I'm surprised we're 5-0 right now. But we are still far from the 7 wins. I have that feeling. So we're playing against, looks like some sort of Skullhaven Renown deck, which is most likely going to be more assertive. It worries me that they're taking this long to make a decision. I have all of these. Meanwhile, us. Okay, that's pay 2 to stun an enemy unit. Sure. Now it dodges our removal, which was a reason for us. I mean, we just aren't going to win if we don't draw anything, so that's not... I don't even feel like that bad about that. Okay, hopefully we can hit a non-sigil there. Oh wait, it doesn't matter. It's going to grow into a 4/4. Wow, that card's stupid. Yes, this is game. Sure. Okay. basically any interaction and we're screwed. Actually, no, he has the sticky honey, which can stun one of our guys. So even if he has all sigils, we are basically screwed. We're able to put up a pretty formidable board for only 2 power, which is kind of funny. Come on, please. Come on, man. Just end the game. We're like 2% to win this. 5% maybe. No, probably 2%. If we put them on all sigils, they use Sticky Pot to make the 3/3. I mean, same difference. Make one of our 3-powered things stunned, attack. We go to double block something. Oh. Why did you take so long if you had this line? Okay, we'll save 6 life here. That's crazy. Okay, make our opponent swing. Yeah, you got it. Okay. I mean, I'm not even gonna count that as a loss. That doesn't count. We are 5-1 currently. Let's see if we can draw more than 2 sigils. Jesus. Okay, okay. That's a hand. Let's see how it goes. 5-1. Okay, no turn 1, so we can use this. So we're just missing fire influence. Ooh, I haven't seen this. That's pretty sweet. Okay. I see you, I see you. See what we hit here. Yeah. We don't even have a 3 drop rate now, so.
Got my back.
Ugh, yeah. Kill an enemy attachment. We might just want to do that on this. It's just gonna grow each time we get hit. Oh wait, we can't use this yet. Okay, we can use the advantage. Ugh, God, that's pretty bad. We could use the advantage, attack into it on Hunter's Quill as well. That'd be pretty good. Merchant's Quill. Otherwise, I mean, we aren't blocking this thing. Yeah, I don't see anything else we're doing. Our luck seems to be abandoning us. I shouldn't even say luck. Our, like... Now we're getting the bad side of variance is all. Yeah, our opponent's just gonna start snowballing us now. There's our fire influence. Nothing, man. Okay. We're still missing fire and I mean, when are we gonna have the time to use hard lesson? Okay. Maybe we hit an advantage so we can also play Annihilate. Yeah, not great. What the hell does this even do? Oh my god, that thing's sick. Oh, I wish we had that. I mean, this game's basically over. I mean, this can't even block either of those, so we're chumping now. Wow. So what? Our opponent had turn 2 this, turn 3 this. Maybe this guy's just good enough in any 3-faction deck, even if you aren't renown specific. Yeah, I guess think about that. We have how many? Where's the 1 cost? Oh, he devoured it. The 1 cost spell that makes one of your units hunt 1, draw a card. I don't even know what's happening anymore. I just know we're losing. I mean, do we literally have anything? We chump here, take 10. Yeah, that just wasn't even a game. As I was saying, we have multiple of that 1 cost spell to make a unit hunt, draw a card. So even that just turns the 3 cost unit into a 5/4. And at worst, it blocks as a 1/3 until then. Yeah, so I think that Feln Renown unit you would still play in like our type of the Hermit's Clan Devour deck. Interesting. See, these are the things you don't learn until you're actually playing with the cards. But this is it. 5 and 2. If our draws are gonna need to get a little bit better than they've been. That's for sure. Yeah, this is the card. One of your units hunts 1. Yeah, that Renown card would have been actually really good in this deck, even though we aren't a Renown aggro deck. Okay, we got absolutely demolished last game. Let's see if we can have a more reasonable game. We'll start off with the Slinking Roach. I actually will. I'm gonna advantage. We need to start hitting our sigils, man. We just can't keep this. Yeah, I mean. Okay. There's something. At this point, we would probably just play out the 2/1 flyer. We aren't getting Devour 7 for a while. We might regret it if we did just save it until we get, like, Sadistic Glee, but... He might have 2 damage to 2 units. Okay, we see he had a pause there. So, we will have to play around that.
I pledge my loyalty.
Oh, maybe it was just Annihilate? It's hard to say there. We'll play Fire Guide first. I think that'll dissuade him from attacking, and I want to make sure Sadistically mills our opponent for, like, the max amount. Oh, Jesus. What in the world is this? You and your units are invulnerable. Okay, well, gain 8 life. Guess I should have just killed it. Which we still can. Yeah, so let's... Now the question is, do we Whistling Quill on the 4/4 or have 2 4/4s? I think I'd rather just have 2 4/4s. So let's do that. We'll get Fork Lightning's pretty bad at this point in the game. And now with Cobalt Acolyte, we can give our 4/4 that loots flying.
I pledge my loyalty.
I did all of... Wow, what the hell? It's pretty weird. You have to admit. Okay, let's attack.
Take it to the skies.
I feel like he's baiting me by playing Bannerman first. We'll hold on to the Fire Honey thing. Ugh. Okay, that doesn't do anything there. Okay, I do like the idea of getting it back. And it's a 4/3 flyer.
I pledge my loyalty.
The throne must be destroyed.
Okay, let's use this.
A small incision.
We're trading pretty efficiently with our opponent's stuff,
Anyone out
but we are
past
running
curfew?
out of... This has Reckless, right? Okay, let's go for it. Maybe he has something to save it, but... I mean... Is this just he gets +1/+1? Yeah. Let's go. All right, win, lose, or draw. We are 6-2 right now. So win, lose, or draw. This will be our last game, and thank God, because our luck is running out here. I think we keep it. I think we keep it. This is not a good opening hand, not what I want to see, but that does help.
Choose your battles wisely.
Our opponent has perfect influence. I'll play out Slinking Roach before doing anything else. That was a good one to hit. Oof, Fire Honey's good. Let's see, making this a 3/4 is pretty good. Turns it into an actual threat. Yeah, I like that. Okay, do we want to give anything flying? Not necessary. Nothing. Okay. I mean, we're just gonna go for the big play here. I'm not sure what type of removal we need to look out for. They have something. I'm going to be pretty inefficient here and just give our 4/4 flying. So our opponent had to use... Really? Oh, I guess it kills both of our guys. I'm not sure we need to block just yet. And along those same lines, we'll just play the 2/4. So our opponent was able to survive. 5 damage to an enemy unit. Okay, so that is removal we need to keep in mind. He's going to go for that same move again. I'm just not going to block.
Special delivery!
Yeah, our opponent's... Our opponent is doing the thing. Yeah, nothing here's really that great. I guess Tandem Strike. Yeah, our opponent's gonna start killing us in the air. Damn, that was really good. I really thought we had that, but our opponent just immediately drew out into like the perfect sequence of cards, and Quill is awful against units with Nomad because on your turn they're stronger, so that is something to keep in mind for this set. The only way we can do anything is if we 2-for-1 ourselves to kill that thing. That's like pretty awful. Guess we could hope we hit an advantage here to also play out Frontier Bard. Okay, well, if that's the case, we'll just play another one. Okay, now that we just, you know, drew our opponent 3 cards, essentially. Let's... You know... Yeah. I don't even see how we win. We need to draw the 5/5 flyer. That actually... what? Oh my god. Okay. Okay, okay. Well, yeah, looks like we aren't getting there today. Not bad for a first draft, though. I have to give us some credit. But the draws didn't really work out for us the last couple games. I'm even trying to think back on, like, where we went wrong on this one. I guess going all in on the 4/4 Devour, but not really. He still would have just killed it with that. Yeah, we're just not drawing anything, though, regardless. Yeah, I'm trying to think back. I'm not sure if we even had any relevant decisions. Like, we didn't really even have a shot at this game. Huh. And then the game against Tempest King, he just absolutely wrecked us regardless of anything. And then the other game, we were just stuck at 2. First impressions, this format's sweet. I kind of said it in the mechanic overview, but I love 3 faction sets and a Magic 3 color sets. Like I said, it just, the deck composition is so much cooler. The card designs are usually very thematic in terms of, like, hunting and then have all these Devour cards. I think our specific deck, we needed, like, one more removal spell, and we just needed stronger units. If we don't see Prey Scouter, Duskwing Servitor, Cliffside Caretaker to give all of our stuff flying, Cobalt Acolyte to give one of our things flying, like, this deck is just a bunch of 2/1s and 2/2s and 2/4s and 1/2, like, it's got a lot of nothing. Now, also to note, they did up the draft rewards kind of as an incentive for you to explore the new draft format. So you see, we only got 6 wins, but we got basically the 7-win amount of rare and legendary, plus we got a little over 8,000 gold, which is insane. The draft cost 5,000. So this was a dub. This format looks sweet. I'm really excited to play it, learn this format, and delve deeper into it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, stay tuned to the channel for more. Like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. Peace.